Hello, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It's Sunday. It's time for our Sunday night live. How the heck is everybody doing? Thank you for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. I'll be right back. I've got to shut my door real quick. I just saw it sprung open. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Jean. Who did I miss while I was gone? Hello, Viola. Hi, Roz. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you. Hi, Carol. We're going to get started in 2 minutes. I'm working with the So Refreshing bundle and the Vertical Blooms stamp set. Hello, Irene. It's so nice to see all your names. Wow. Hi, Donna. What a weekend, huh? Hey, Tracy. We had a busy weekend. Today I got a lot of work done. Yesterday I had my ginger class, and now I'm working on my open house. So I want to remind you that open house is this Thursday. Hello, Pat. What is that? I open at 1 o'clock, and my shop is just open for everybody to come and make a free make and take. All you have to do is RSVP. You can stay and stamp. Hey, Roseanne. As long as you wish, you can bring your own items and catch up on some of your work, or you can look around my shop and find something that you want to copy, and I charge $4 per card that you make using all my things. But if you need to use my cut and emboss machine or my dies or my stamps or my inks, you're welcome to use those for free. And it's just a way to come and check me out and see if you like what we do here, meet other friends, eat some snacks, and have a great time. So I'm all ready for that now. And then I'm preparing for my thank you cards to be finished and my next class, which is on the 11th. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so we're going to get started. I see the clock just flipped over to 7, so welcome and thank you for being here right on time. I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to turn you down and we are going to get started. There's Marcia. How are you? Okay, let me turn you down and around. And flip you the right way. There we go. Hey, Karen. Your truck came. Your truck stamp set came. Good. Marcia, I'm so glad you caught me live. Hey, there's Bev. All right, for those of you who might be new, my name is Beverlee Morales, and I live in Tracy, California. I have a host code for July. If you'd like to order with me, you have one more day, today and then tomorrow, to order from me to get your name into the drawing for the drawing of the month. I'm going to tell you what that prize is going to be in a minute. And then it's also one more day for the coupon code. So if you place an order, make sure your email is current and Stampin' Up. If you place an order of $50 or more, I should say. And Stampin' Up will send you an email with a coupon code for $5, and you get $5 off your orders in August. I was asked the question, if I have 3 coupon codes, could I use them all in the same order? And the answer is yes, you may. All right, here is my link to my website where you can order from me. And also you can go to YouTube and watch my replays. If you're here, then you have Facebook, but if you know somebody that doesn't have Facebook and would like to watch my replays, then just send them to YouTube, Beverlee Morales, Stampin' Up. And if you have any questions for me or would like to chat, here is my email. It's the fastest way for you to find me. Okay. I mentioned the bonus days already, so this month you earn them. You save them, and then in August you redeem them. That's the coupon code. Always like to remind you about online exclusives. You may see some things and you can't find them in the catalog, and they might be an online exclusive. So I want to make sure you knew about that. And then another thing I like to point out is when you order with me, I send you electronically a rewards form. This is just a sample. And for every $25 you spend, you earn a heart. Once you have 20 hearts, you get to select a stamp set of your choice from any current catalog, and I will purchase that for you. Hey, Gina, so guess what my big news for tonight is? Yep, we did it. Thank you guys so much. 1,000 followers on Facebook. That has been a goal of mine. I started very, very small, and I have been growing and growing and growing. And I am just so grateful for all of you for following me, for deciding that it was worth your time to come here and watch me create. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Yes, it's pretty thrilling. So I have a prize, but we're going to do that at the end of the of tonight's live, and one of you that are on here might win the prize. Hi, Louise. All right, and then we have a winner for the card I made at the last live. This is the card. And hi, Debbie. Her name, she watches the replays on YouTube, and she is under Lala's Crafts. Her name is Phyllis. Phyllis, I need your address so I can send you this card. Lala Crafts is always so complimentary and sweet to me with all her comments. And so I'm happy that she won this card. Congratulations, Phyllis. Now you have until Tuesday before my live, hey Debbie, and to send me your address for me to get this card out. And I want to explain that. If I save cards too long, it becomes an administrative nightmare for me. So when you win, as soon as you see that you won, please send me your address. And then it's always due before the next live. And I'm live every Sunday at 7 and every Tuesday at 2. Okay. So, because I have 1,000 followers on Facebook now and over 2,000 on YouTube, I want to give a prize to one of you who are watching tonight. And what it's going to be is it's going to be an item from the new catalog that's going to be released to me that I can order from. It's already online, so I've been looking through it. And I can order on the 2nd, August 2nd. And I am going to order a 3D distress tile folder. It's stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And whoever wins tonight, we're going to select a winner at the end of this live, is going to get that distress tile folder. I know you don't have it because it's not released yet, so just hold on to your drawers and we're going to get going. All right, and then the July prize is also going to be an item from the new catalog. So if you place an order with me in the month of July, one of you lucky winners is going to earn the adhesive back glitter sequence. They're gorgeous. I love them. I love them. I love them. And what I did, I mentioned it once before, but I'm going to say it again. I decided that every time you order from me in 1 month, you get an entry. So if you ordered from me and then you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, your name's going in twice. If you ordered from me twice or 3 times in 1 month, your name's going in 3 times. So, yeah. So just whatever, every time I see, I just go in my history and I look, and every time your name is there, you're going to get entered in there. All right? So I just wanted you to be prepared for that. And I will announce the July prize on Tuesday because I have to wait until midnight tomorrow to select a winner. Okay, so what actually threw me into the thousands? Do you remember my box card? It went viral. This card has 19,000 views and 350, I believe, comments. And every comment, I was just reminiscing today and I was reading the comments again. And such amazing comments that I can't even believe people were saying these things to me. They love this card a lot, and I have to give credit to you guys, because when I was making cards with voids in it like this, you guys were telling me we don't like how we can see the message we write. So that prompted me, I try to listen to all your suggestions. It prompted me to put a card within the box. And then I've always loved the Daisy bundle and the artistic die bundles and everything about the DSP, everything about this. So the card went together, and I was shocked to see how well it was received. So because of that, and my love for the next few things that I talked about, the So Refreshing bundle and the vertical blooms. Well, let me show you what those are. So Refreshing is the lemonade. It's all about lemonade and lemons. And the vertical blooms. I really fell in love with vertical blooms because they were vertical. We don't have very many stamps that are vertical like this. Today I'm going to cut up this sentiment and use it in a different manner. But on Tuesday, I'm going to use it the way it's laid out here. And I really like the flowers. They match absolutely perfect with the So Refreshing flowers. And I'm going to show you that today. But in honor, the other thing that coordinates well with all of this, because see what it says, bloom with grace. I just love that. I just love that. The Painted Posy folder. Now on Saturday when I had a class here, everybody was talking about this folder, how beautiful it is and how much they like it. So it just works. I've been using it, and it just works with these two stamp sets. I also used, again, the hybrid doily folder. It just works with this feminine card as well. I am absolutely in love with the designer series paper called Country Inn. It's with this boho blue, navy blue, white, floral stripes. I call them wallpaper designs. I'm just loving every single piece of this paper. Usually in a designer series paper, there's quite a few I like, but there's always one or two that, I'll find a way to use it. And this paper right here, love. There we go. Okay. So they call me forgetting. So this is item number 161467. And I just love this designer series paper. I'm also going to use, I'm teasing you, I know, I usually show you the card first, don't I? The boho blue ribbon. So that tells you with the things that I'm showing you right now that we're going to use that gorgeous color tonight. Boho blue ink and old olive ink. Okay. So in honor of the card that helped me get to where I am today, the box card, I am going to make another box card. Why? Maybe you didn't see that video yet. Maybe you need a refresher, or maybe you just need to see another box card with other product so you can let your creativity go and not just copy this card exactly like it is. Look at what you have that's larger that can marry these two sides together. Okay, so let me show you the card that I'm sending to everyone that ordered from me this month. This is a thank you card. The reason I'm showing you this is there's that folder, and these are stamps from the vertical blooms. See how well that goes together? And then this heart is the little stopper in this card, and it is from the radiating stitched dies. So that, I wanted to remind you of that. Everybody fell in love with that when they saw it in person. And then this is the make and take for open house. I already have 12 people that have RSVP'd. packets are made. It's not too late. You have till Tuesday at 2 to let me know if you're coming, and I will make you a packet as well. Again, the folder, the radiating stitch dies, and the flowers this time are from So Refreshing. And so is the sentiment. Thank you kindly. So see how well these go together? They just do. So I wanted to show you a whole bunch of things that went together. That. All right, so let's see the card for today, okay? You want to see that? Is that a yes? We want to see the card. All right, here we go. Box card, boho blue, the doily, the flowers from So Refreshing, the sentiments from Vertical Blooms, and then thanks to my wonderful customers suggesting that I do a cover so we can write as much as we want to in our card and not see what we wrote until it's opened. Oh, thanks for all the hearts. And I see so many new people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So yes, the box card, think large items, your dies that can work to close the card up. And the doily is perfect for that. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with a piece of boho blue cardstock, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score at 1 1/2 and 2 3/4 from each end to make the shape the box card. So here is the written, in case you want to take a snapshot or need it written down. 1 1/2. And we're going to go to the scoring blade. Oops, I moved it. Let me put it back. Okay. 1 1/2 and 2 3/4. Okay. Turn it around. And 1 1/2. And 2 3/4. Now I just do it that way instead of saying 1 1/2, 2 3/4, and then whatever this third measurement would be and fourth measurement would be, because that's more measurements for you to remember when you just have to remember these two, and then we're done, as long as you flip your card over to the other side. Now we're going to burnish our score lines with our bone folder. Now a bone folder is a staple. You need this if you're going to be a stamper. And even people that aren't stampers, they just use these as letter openers and to help them fold things that that they just use in their office. I know many people that have just bought a bone folder. That's all they bought. So there's your box card. That simple. Okay. Then you need a piece of cardstock. It measures 5 1/4 by 8. So you fold it in half, or you score it at 4, whichever you prefer to do. And then you have the card to go inside of the box base, just like that. Okay? So let's look at this again. Look at that folder. And then the two little stamps inside are from the Vertical Blooms. Here, there's one stamp, and then the flowers to coordinate with that, with the stems right there. So let's do that. I will do the embossing first. So I'm going to take my folder. Here it is. It's called Painted Posies, and the item number is 159175. Okay. Now this folder, all folders are supposed to go into your cut and emboss machine with the spine first or last. So the open edges on the sides. this folder runs horizontal, and I want the vertical images on the front of my cardstock. So I'm going to put my cardstock into the folder this way and lay the fold right on the edge of the folder, and then I'm going to get this running in the right direction. Okay. Get my cut and emboss machine. Here she is, also in the catalog. We need platform 1 and platform 4 for, this is platform 4 right here, for a 3D folder. So we make sure that our folder is all the way on platform 1. Then we put platform 4 on top and run it through and let the machine emboss for you. That's all there is to embossing with our folders. It's just simple and stunning. Now on Tuesday, wait till you see that card. Oh my gosh, so pretty, so pretty. These Stampin' Up! Product is just so gorgeous that you can't help but make beautiful things, is the way I think about it. Okay, I do want to show you something. At open house, before I put this away, at open house, not open house, at my class on Saturday, one of my customers, Reiko, was here, and she's an extremely talented crafter, stamper. She's just very, very, very good at it. Her work is gorgeous. And she told us a little hint about cutting out these doilies, so I want to share it with you. All right, so she said to take bubble wrap paper, you know the envelopes that come with the bubble wrap lining? Those, cut a piece, I think it's like, yeah, 4x4 piece, and put the bubble wrap down onto your platform number 3. So now I'm going to cut a die, so I have platform 1, 2, and 3, and then I have the bubble wrap envelope. And then I put my die on top. No, I got to get my paper. Let's see, where's my paper? Thought I cut a piece out, but I didn't. Yes, I did, but I put it away. Okay. So now I'm going to put my white cardstock on top of the bubble wrap and put my die on top of the cardstock. Now I'm going to run it through. Now this bubble wrap is a one-time use only. It's going to cut everything out. But what it does is you know how this doily die, a lot of the little tiny pieces can stay inside the die, and I'm not inside the die, inside the cutout, the image. And you have to use your brush to get all the little pieces out. Well, Reika said if you do it like this, that most of, or if not all, the little pieces come right out. So she showed my guest while she was here, and we just pull this off. And then we pull off the doily. I'm going to need and take your pick tool just to get a piece of the paper to pop off. It's in there good. Only on a live. This never happens. Usually this paper comes right out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you want to push on these big pieces. All right, now look at this. Let me see, every single one? Usually, oh, there's one. Okay, usually I see one left or two. Yeah, they're all out. Now, isn't that easy? Now, to get them out of your die, you just need your brush real quick over that, and they all just fly out. So that is so much easier than poking the one, 15 or 20 of these out after you run it through regularly. So I wanted to share that little, I don't know where she saw it, but she shared it with us, and it's awesome. Okay, let's go back to our card now. I'm going to open up the inside of the card, and I'm going to go to the Old Olive ink. Okay, I thought my mom was coming out, but she's not. I know, Tracy, isn't it cool? Thank you, Reiko. I cannot take credit for that. That was Reiko. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the double flowers. Now remember, these are from Vertical Blooms, so I am going to tell you what I'm using, where it comes from, because you can get confused thinking that it's in one set and it be in the other. And then I'm going to take boho blue, and I am going to stamp the little flowers for the inside of the card. Just sweet and simple. Okay, now I can take the base and my liquid glue, come to the back of my card, and then place it down on my base. In between the score lines, even measuring from top and bottom and side to side from these score lines. Okay, so then to decorate, look how pretty. You can already see how pretty that is inside there. So you need designer series paper that coordinates with the color of cardstock you chose. And I already told you I'm using the Countryside in paper. And it's cut, I had 2 pieces, cut at 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. See how it just coordinates. The light blue in here coordinates with the boho blue cardstock. So I'm going to turn these over, and I'm going to add the liquid glue. Now everything I'm showing you is in our catalog. If you are new here and you need a catalog, all you have to do is place an order with me and I will send you one, or you can send me $5 and I will send you a catalog. That just pays for the shipping it to you. Or if you're in my town, you can pick it up. And then after you order, I will give you your $5 back. So it really costs nothing. Let me make sure I don't get these upside down, because this is birds that we do not want upside down. But I like to open my cards up flat when I'm layering, because it helps stay straight. Okay, so there, look how easy this card is. It's really, really simple. Okay, so now we're going to take the folder, but I want to make you very aware. Does this card fit in an envelope? Yes, it does. But if you were to just put glue on the very edge here and stick it down to the very edge here, watch what could happen. You could go off the card and then it would not fit into an envelope. So I want you to lay your doily down on the card when it's closed. Let me get it closed. Okay. Find the way you want it to lay. See these 3 circles? You can either choose those 3 circles as your top or this single circle as your top. I think I'm going to choose the single. And I'm going to lay the edge here so I know it doesn't go past my edge. And then I can see that I'm going to put glue in this area. All right. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to concentrate now. So I'm not looking up. If you're leaving any comments, I'm sorry. I have to pay attention here. All right. So very lightly, there's holes here. There's eyelet holes everywhere. So we are going to lightly put glue around those holes and not go too far down, because we want to stay on the card. Now I remember the single circle was my top, so I'm going to go back to the edge here, center it up and down, looking at the top and bottom, making sure it's even, and then setting it down, the glue end down onto my card. It's going to take a minute for it to dry, but then when you fold it back up, you have this look. Isn't that something? So easy. So yes, you fold it and you put it in your envelope and we're all good. Okay. Now, these gorgeous flowers. They are from So Refreshing. I'm using the stem and the flowers. You've seen me use them before. I've been playing with them quite a bit because I love them. So we're going to take the old olive stem again. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to stamp that down onto this scrap piece of cardstock. This is basic white. Tap, tap, tap. I need 2. And stamp that again. I'm going to cut these in half so I can stamp the flowers a little easier. I have a problem stamping the flowers perfectly when I'm live because of the camera. So I'm going to cut them in half and see if I can do a better job this time. Okay, so for this stamp set, I want to tell you to use the solid. For me, the way it works best is if I use the solid image first. I'm going to go back to my boho blue. Get my scrap paper here. And my piercing mat. Okay, so I've told you this before, but not all of you were here. So if you look closely, you're going to see the outline of a big flower right there, then a small outline of another flower. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at, one at a time. Here's the big flower, here's the other flower. So we're going to tap, tap, tap to the boho blue. We're going to take off some ink. It's called Stamping Off onto our scrap paper. Most of the boho blue is there. And then I'm going to turn this stamp and I'm going to place the big flower in that big void that I saw there. And then I'm going to turn my block a little bit just to get that big petal there. And then I'm going to stamp it down. Hold my paper and lift. We've got a very, very light, look how beautiful that is, light blue flowers. Now, of course, if I didn't stamp off, it would have been much darker, but I want it to be light because I'm going to outline it with the other stamp that goes with this set, the outline. So this is called two-step stamping. This is the first step. And then I will do the second step. See that? Okay. Here is the second step. It's the same layout. It's just the outline. So we're going to tap and we're going to place these down as close as we can to the first original image. Very nice. Full strength, so it outlines these flowers beautifully. This one's really light, so I have to concentrate. Gorgeous. See that? All right, so now we're going to cut these out with the die that comes in the So Refreshing stamp set bundle. And here is that die. So we're going to go back to our cut and emboss machine. It's set up for the dies already. 1, 2, and 3 platforms. First image. I'm going to lay the die down, concentrating on getting the stem right in the middle of the die. the green stem, and then I'm going to put some Post-it note tape on top to hold the die still so I can be reassured that nothing moves as I crank through the machine. Okay, so here is the first floral. Okay, let's do that one more time. I like, you guys, when I'm doing something 2 times, to think to yourself, what's the next step? What am I lining up? I'm lining up the stem in the die, and then I'm putting the Post-it note tape on top to hold the die still. Okay. Now I'm going to take both of these flowers and my staple, the bone folder, and I am going to hold the tip of the stem, and I'm going to pull the flower just to bend it, curve it down a little bit. I'm going to do that again, and then I'm going to turn it over and do it the opposite direction so it has a wave bend. This, and then the opposite direction, and it's got a wave. So now they're more 3D, right? Okay, so see the sample there? Okay, so I'm going to take my silicone mat, because I'm working with a narrow stem, and some glue. So I'm going to place the glue on the stem and then place the other on top. I'm going to separate them just a little bit so you can see both clearly. Let that set up and dry. In the meantime, I will take some of that beautiful ribbon and my ribbon scissors. Now, ribbon scissors are just regular snips that are in a catalog, but I have put a piece of ribbon around them so I know not to use them on anything except for ribbon. Anything except for ribbon. And then I got something sticky on here, so I need to clean those off with rubbing alcohol. Then it'll be fine again. But they stay sharp that way. I'm just going to take this and make a knot, but I'm going to put it around the flowers when I do that. Around the stem of the flowers. And get that tight. Okay, let's snip again. And snip again. And then we're going to put this down right in the middle of this card. Now, again, we're going to pay attention to the eyelet. We don't want to get glue through the holes. We want to just go straight where we know the stem is going to lay, so we don't get any glue through the holes, and then we push the back flower down onto that small line and give it a moment to dry. Okay, now when you make this card at first, you're going to have to keep reinforcing the box part of it for it to stay. Okay, just takes reinforcing it a few times. All right, the beautiful words. I'm going to go back to my boho blue ink, and we're going to take Bloom with Grace. That is from the Vertical Bloom stamp set. We're going to ink this up. And I'm just going to lay it sideways like this and stamp. Gorgeous. Okay. I want it to fit on this card, and it's just going to be a little bit either, it won't be too long, but it would be unbalanced if I just put it on one side. So I decided to cut it into 3 words. So I'm just going to find the widest letter in each word and cut that out that way. Then the width, and the width is pretty much a square with a decorative image above and below the word. So pretty. Love that. And then the bloom. Okay. And then straight, the M is the widest letter in this word. There we go. Okay. So these are all my scraps. Let's move those aside and clear your view. So the width. I liked sticking that right there in the middle. I just liked it. So I stuck it on with a mini dimensional right on this ribbon. Pull the paper protective backing off. You'll see the dimensional right there. And then push down the width right like that. See the wide circle on the doily? That lends itself to the glue, right? Because there's not a bunch of eyelet holes there. So look for an area that will hold the glue without it seeping through, and put your glue there. Okay. Bloom with grace. Okay, so there we go. That card, oh, one more thing. These in color dots, this year's new in color dots, I have used them for my gingers. I have used them on all kinds of cards. They're the boho blue as well. So I decided we need one of those, and probably the smaller one. I can get it to come up. There we go. And stick it right in that flower there. And it just adds one more little detail of beauty. Okay, now we're done. What'd you guys think? A refresher on the box card and a different design. This is the card that helped me get to where I am, this one. So I just wanted to share that with you guys again and reminisce about that. All right, so now for a winner for the 1,000 followers that I have just received a few days ago, earlier this week. Okay, so now I'm gonna watch your names. Thanks, Debbie. I'm gonna watch your names, and now you can put a 1 for 1,000. You're just going to type in 1 as many times as you want. And I am going to count them. Now, before I do that, I'm going to write down a number. And I am going to count them, and then, and not yet, don't start yet. I'm going to tell you when to go. So we're going to, not yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Now I'm going to start. 1. Keep putting it in. Put in the number 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Come on, ladies, type in the number 1. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Nope, 13. 14. 15. If you want a chance to win this, all you have to do is type in 1. 16. 17. 18. Louise is the only one that wants to win these. 19. Gina wants to. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. Louise, you are the winner. Louise. All right, I am going to send you, what did I say you would win? You are going to win the Distressed Tile Folder. Item number 162189. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're going to love it. And this is Louise. Okay, lucky winner number 28. I'm going to staple those together. Is there any questions? Okay, we're done. We have a winner. We're done, so you don't have to type in 1 anymore. So here are the cards again. Somebody will win the card on Tuesday. And I thank you for being here. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to let you go. All right, good night. You're welcome. Bye-bye.